Hello everyone. In today's video, I will show you how to recover data from a damaged time machine backup and how to extract information from a non-functional time capsule. We will discuss what to do if your time capsule has stopped working and you need to retrieve files directly from the hard drive. Recovering data from a corrupted Apple time machine archive can be a challenging task, but it is not always hopeless. The chances of success are directly related to the extent of the damage. Here is a step-by-step approach and possible solutions to the problem. 1. Diagnosis and initial steps. Before proceeding to complex operations, let's start with a basic system check. First, restart your Mac and the time capsule itself. Sometimes simple software glitches can be resolved by a standard reboot of all devices. Next, check the physical connection. Ensure that your time machine drive or network station is properly connected and visible in Finder or Airport utility. If it is an external hard drive, check the integrity of the cable and the port. Then, examine the time machine log. To do this, open System Settings, Time Machine section. Check if any warnings or specific errors regarding backup corruption are displayed there. 2. Attempting recovery via the standard method. If Time Machine displays an error during a recovery attempt but still sees existing backups, try restoring individual files. Enter the Time Machine interface directly from Finder. And try to restore a single file from different dates. If some archives from specific dates work, while others do not, this may indicate partial data corruption. Try a system restoration. If you have access to another Mac or plan to reinstall macOS, try restoring the entire system through recovery mode. Sometimes this method is more resilient to minor system errors. You can find more details about this restoration process in another video on our channel. 3. Using disk utility to check and repair the time machine disk.
Another effective method is using disk utility to check and repair the time machine disk.
This is a critical step if you suspect physical or logical damage to the backup medium itself. Connect the drive directly. If you are using a time capsule, it may be worth attempting to connect its hard drive directly to your Mac. This will require disassembling the device and turning it into a standard external drive. Later in the video, we will break down this process in detail. If you have a standard external drive for Time Machine, simply plug it in. Open Disk Utility, go to Applications, then Utilities. In the left sidebar, select the physical disk itself, not an individual partition. Click the First Aid button and then Run. The program will attempt to find and fix file system errors automatically. Keep in mind that this process may take a significant amount of time. Important note: if First Aid detects too many errors and cannot fix them, this is a poor diagnostic sign. 4. Manual file extraction for advanced users. A time machine backup is stored in a specific hierarchical structure. If automatic recovery fails, you can try to access the files directly. The Time Machine archive is a folder named backups.backupdb on the disk. Inside this directory are other folders named by the date and time the backup was created, followed by folders with your Mac's network name. You can open this folder via Finder and try to manually find the required objects. Time Machine uses hard link technology to save space. Therefore, files that haven't changed are not duplicated, but simply point to the previous version. If one link is damaged, the file itself may remain intact in an earlier backup. Try copying the necessary data to another location on your Mac. If the copy is successful, the specific file is not corrupt. 5. Extracting the disk from a time capsule. Now let's take a detailed look at the procedure for recovering files from a non-working time capsule by extracting the disk and retrieving the data. Removing the drive from the casing is a complex procedure that voids the warranty, if it is still active, and requires specific tools and extreme care. Apple did not intend for users to open the device themselves, so this is only recommended as a last resort if software recovery methods have failed and you are willing to risk the integrity of the device. Here is what we need for disassembly: a thin plastic pry tool or a prying pick to safely open the plastic clips, a Phillips screwdriver. Step-by-step process for models A1302, A1355, A1409, the square generations. 1. Disconnect the time capsule from power. Mandatory. Unplug the cord from the outlet and disconnect all cables. Let the device cool down. 2. Remove the rubber base. Flip the device over. You will see a rubber base that needs to be carefully pried up at the edges with a plastic tool or pick. The rubber is glued, so act carefully so as not to tear it. 3. Unscrew the screws. After unscrewing the screws, the bottom panel should come off easily, though a light wiggle might be required. 4. Extract the drive. The hard drive is usually located inside a metal frame or secured in plastic guides. It may also be held by additional screws on the sides or top, which need to be removed. 5. Disconnect the cables. The drive is connected to the motherboard by two connectors, SATA power and SATA data. Carefully disconnect them. Do not pull sharply upward to avoid damaging the connectors on the board. Now simply connect the drive to a computer. You can use a specialized external enclosure with a USB connection or a docking station. Connect it to your Mac or a Windows PC. Now let's examine the recovery process using the Hetman RAID recovery program. It supports all popular file system formats and will help retrieve data in cases of deletion, formatting, software glitches, or hardware failures. Follow the link in the description and download the program. Select the version for the Mac operating system. Next, install it. Click on the downloaded file and follow the instructions by dragging the icon into the Applications folder. For the utility to work correctly, you must grant it full disk access. Go to your security settings and allow access to the drive by entering your user password. After that, open Launchpad and run the program. You will also need to enter your user password to start it. In the main window, you will see all connected drives. To recover, right-click the desired disk and select Open. Then choose the type of analysis. Initially, it is recommended to perform a fast scan. This takes less time and helps retrieve files in most standard data loss situations. The program will instantly scan the medium and display all found files. Open the folder where the data you want to retrieve was stored. The program completely preserves the folder structure, so finding the objects you need will be easy. For convenience, a search by name function is also implemented. Use the preview function to ensure that the found files are not damaged and are exactly what you are looking for. This works for most types of documents, images, videos, and audio. To retrieve files, select the ones you need and click the Recover button. Then specify the path to save them. Choose a different physical disk and folder, and then click Recover again. Very important, Always choose a different physical disk for saving. Never write data back to the same time machine disk you are recovering from, as this may lead to overwriting and permanent data loss. Once the process is complete, open the selected folder and ensure that all files are accessible and open correctly. By default, they will be saved to the path, Documents, Recovered Files. If the virtual disk was severely damaged and the program could not find the required data using a fast scan, run a full analysis. To do this, return to the main menu, right-click the disk, and select Analyze Again/Full Analysis. Specify the disk's file system and click Next. This process will take more time as it uses a more complex search algorithm. The program will then display all found data. This way, you can even recover previously deleted files. They will be marked with a special red cross icon. Simply select them and recover. Thanks to its native macOS version, Hetman RAID Recovery is a very effective tool for recovering data from damaged backups. In some cases, the program may not display files if a password was set for disk access. The utility may not show encrypted data. In such a situation, you will only be able to recover files visible in Finder. Unfortunately, sometimes a backup is so badly damaged that data recovery is impossible. If you have successfully extracted everything you could, format the old Time Machine disk and start creating a new backup from scratch. This ensures you won't use a corrupted file system in the future. When working with a failing disk, always try to create a disk image first to avoid worsening the damage during access attempts. Hetman RAID Recovery can help save an image of the drive you need. To do this, select it in the program and click Save Disk at the top, then specify the save location. You can load this image into the program at any time and attempt to recover files from it. In macOS, after recovering a .sparsebundle file, you can open it directly in the system and extract the required data. In Windows, after saving the file, you won't be able to extract information directly. Because it will appear as a folder. In this case, you first need to mount it in the program. Open Hetman RAID Recovery, click Mount Disk at the top, select the .apple sparse bundle type, and specify the path to the folder. Now it will appear as a separate drive in the main window. Open it and scan it using Fast Scan. Once finished, go to the directory where your files were stored. mark the ones you need, and recover them. This is how we retrieve data from a faulty time capsule. Remember, the sooner you act after discovering damage, the higher the chances of a successful outcome. Data loss is always stressful, but as you can see, there are many ways to get it back, from a simple reboot to using professional software. The main thing is not to panic and to follow the instructions strictly. And that's all. I hope this video helped you resolve the problem. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Leave your questions and comments below the video. Thanks for watching. Bye.